The objects in the schematic can be manipulated in a number of ways. This will be dependent on the type of object that we have selected. Here I currently have selected a final circuit. There are options within the schematic functions I can use to manipulate certain aspects of this circuit. To access the schematic functions, once the object is highlighted, we right-click with the mouse. Here now you will see the schematics function menu available. As this is a final circuit, some of the options we have here are quite limited. The first option is the move description. By selecting this, the descriptor is now free floating on the screen in front of me. This will move as I move my mouse. Once I have found the location in which I want to place my description, by pressing the left mouse button, I can now complete the action. Other objects have the same functionality. For instance, my descriptor for my conductor is here. By selecting it, we can see that it is turned a light yellow. Again, right-clicking and going to my schematic functions menu, we can see we have some options available, either to reverse the label orientation or to move the label. Whenever a descriptor or object like this is moved within the schematic, it can be automatically relocated back to its original location. This is done by first selecting the item, right-clicking, and again going to schematic functions. You will now see a new option has become available. I can now reset the label to its original location. Distribution boards have more options available within this feature. The operation of some of these features will be in future videos. As I have a distribution circuit selected, when I select the move description item, here we can see the descriptor that was in the center of a board is now the object that is capable of being moved. We can also use the schematic functions to rotate our distribution boards or our distribution circuits. Here, as you can see, I've rotated this board. You may also notice that the conductor and the direction from which it connected to the board has been maintained with the rotation. Currently, on my distribution board, the ways are numbered going from left to right. We can change this using the schematic functions. Here, by selecting to reverse the ways, we can now see that my ways go from right to left. You will also notice that the circuits have also adjusted. The mirror operation will rotate our board 180 degrees. The next schematic function we're going to look at is the compact mode. Compact mode works by hiding final circuits within our schematic view. Here on this switchboard, I have a number of distribution circuits and a number of final circuits. Going to the schematic functions and selecting the compact mode, you will see now that the final circuits do not appear on the schematic and the distribution circuits have remained. Here on the tree network, we can see the distribution circuits and the final circuits that are still in place within the board. If there are any final circuits that you would like to remain upon the schematic, even within compact mode, we can force show them from the tree network. This is done by selecting first the circuit you wish to show. I will then right click and we can use the force display option here. As you can see now, even though the board is in compact mode, the circuit is showing. Our untether option allows us to take any distribution circuit and move it to another location without the wire visibly attaching on the schematic. Here I'm going to select this particular distribution board. Using the schematic function, I'm going to select to untether. As you can see, the board is still attached to the location. However, a reference has now been put in place for the board with the cable information on either side. This allows me now to move this distribution circuit to other locations without objects such as the wires interfering. The visible connections can be put back in place by simply going to the schematic functions again, and you will see the untether option has now been replaced with the option to tether.